Hey everyone, it is the 25th of February. Is it? Yep, 25th, Friday, 2011. And so I'm still poking through the games I have here. I got to thinking about Ogre Battle. Now, if you haven't played it, it's called Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen. It was available on the Super Nintendo a very long time ago. You can get it on the Wii, the Virtual Console on the Wii. It's not an easy game, and you can miss out on a lot of secrets if you're not paying attention. And in fact, even if you are paying attention, you can still miss out on a lot of secrets built into the game. I remember playing that game a long time ago at a friend's house, and I thought it was pretty awesome. And nowadays, I have it on my computer as emulation. I wished that the tactical version of the tactical game that they came out with later for the PlayStation was an easier game. I own that. Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together, I do believe is the title. Was, I believe, a precursor to Final Fantasy Tactics, or they came out roughly the same time. Either way, Tactics Ogre is also absurdly hard. They recently re-released it on PSP, and I've been thinking, should I get it or not? And I was like, well, I have it for the PlayStation. I might get it eventually. But I do have Final Fantasy Tactics for the PlayStation Portable and the PlayStation. So, I don't know. I really don't. I prefer Tactics. I really do. My first experiences with Tactics Ogre were very bad, but I still kind of like the game, if that makes any sense. I never got very far at all. Yeah, I'm tempted to go back and finish playing Final Fantasy Tactics on the PSP because I haven't seen all the cutscenes yet. What I'm trying to do is I try to use the storyline characters. As soon as I get storyline characters, I start using them. The issue is that I like their main class and only their main class or job. An example of this is Agrias. She is a holy knight. And I love the abilities that the Holy Knight gets. Just absolutely love it. So I want to keep her a Holy Knight as much as possible. Well, what are other abilities that kind of help the Holy Knight? Well, Knight, obviously. But there are very few others that go well with Holy Knight. Likewise, I have similar issues with Mustadio. And eventually, in this version, you get Balthier from Final Fantasy 12, which is awesome. And the way he shows up is awesome. He's just awesome. The thing is, by the time I got Balthier, my entire party was like level 60. And you get him at level 30, 35, somewhere in there. It's pretty funny how well I level my characters up. Before I even get out of Chapter 1, everyone's 30 plus, I think, because I like to have classes or jobs mastered. I love mastering jobs. And one of the hardest ones to master is Chemist. So what I do is I try and rotate everyone through Squire, get everyone accumulate, and then switch them into other classes or jobs so that they can grind accumulate, which increases their physical power by 1 every time they do it for the fight, and gives them experience based on their level. And it's basically the same effect as if they were healing someone or doing something to someone of the exact same level as them. So typically they get 10 experience points and like 33 job points if they have job points up or increased job point gain. So I mean, that's how you grind out that sort of stuff. But for higher classes, what you're forced to do for your healer is pretty much leave them with chemist abilities and turn them into a white mage, so they wind up not having either you make a sacrifice and you have a white mage with the squire ability to accumulate, or you have a white mage who is a chemist as well. Chemists can throw potions. They're the only people in the game who can throw potions. So if you stack throw potion onto a white mage, you have a white mage who can throw potions. It's nice. But the thing is that they're going to level very slowly. So what I like to do sometimes is have a white mage with the squire abilities, and then have someone else become a chemist with squire abilities, so that they both level quickly. It takes up 2 slots out of the 5 that you get for the battlefield. So, but I was talking about storyline characters. Storyline characters don't get the ability to accumulate, so you have to throw them into combat often. You have to give them excuses to use their abilities, or you have to find a secondary ability other than accumulate that they can use over and over and over again, and there really isn't one for them. So I like to have Agrias go Holy Knight, and then pretty much have her main class be Holy Knight again, and just stay a Holy Knight for as long as possible, or however long I care about it. And Mustadio, I make him a chemist, and then he bounces back to his main profession, engineer. And Balthier is, I can't remember what his base class is, but I turn him into a thief and then bounce him back. So, I mean, it's hard to deal with the storyline characters, especially since there's so many of them, and you can only have 5 people on the field at any given time. Agrias is a favorite. Agrias is my favorite character. That Holy Knight ability. When you get Orlando by the end of the game, Thunder God Sid, he's the Sid character in the game. He's overpowered, completely overpowered. So it kind of taints the abilities of the Holy Knight, because he has Holy Knight, he has the Dark Knight, and he has some of his own abilities. Anyways, I think I've been rambling a little too long about this, so I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna try and I don't think I'm gonna do any gaming while I upload this, but because I haven't eaten yet. Oh yeah, I got my hair cut, and I trimmed my beard. I feel a lot better now. Until next time.